So I keep seeing these comments time and time again. And, some of them are legitimate questions and other ones are people trying to take a dig at ADA. And they're really asking and saying, ADA is one of the few that has not hit a new all-time high. Why hasn't it hit an all-time high yet? Isn't this a big red flag? And the answer is no. This actually makes ADA one of the best hidden gems in this market cycle. And I really want to explain this and tell people why that is. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So people will look at ADA and try to dog it and say it's doing bad. Guys, ADA just came off of a massive surge to the upside. It's done incredibly well in this market cycle. Right now, it actually sits kind of in a very good spot in its rainbow regression curve. It's looking very good. Momentum is building, excitement is building, and we're obviously about to enter a pro-crypto era here in the US, and that's a very big deal nonetheless. And it's strange to me because, people will look at ADA and have this extreme amount of recency bias and not realize that we're doing the exact same thing that we did last market cycle. When we look at some other assets in the space, ADA is not the only one that hasn't set a new all-time high. Obviously, ETH has not set a new all-time high. XRP, not quite yet, but getting close. Doge hasn't set a new all-time high. SHIB hasn't set a new all-time high. But, then we kind of, Litecoin hasn't. And then we kind of get into the lower cap coins that have surged and done well and taken advantage of retail excitement, right? Now, what's interesting about this is when we look back at ADA last market cycle, we're doing the exact same thing. When we look at this point last market cycle, ADA had not set a new all-time high. This is nothing different. This is nothing out of the ordinary, right? At that point, ADA was still hanging around that 35-cent level with a high of $2, 75% of the way. Guys, we're like 66% of the way to a new all-time high. We're in a better spot than we were this time last market cycle. And I think some people seem to forget that. And what's interesting is once we got going and once we got up to actually the price point that we're at currently, and we got through our consolidation, once ADA did in fact start running, it only took about 18 days for us to set a new all-time high. Now, am I saying that a new all-time high is coming in 18 days? No. Could it come in 18 days? Yes, it could. Obviously, this excitement surrounding the new administration may carry us to new highs. But what's interesting, and people seem to forget, is Cardano and ADA have not been stagnant since the last market cycle. All right. Last market cycle, we didn't even have smart contracts. We've seen massive surges in development. We have seen partnerships, big enterprise partnerships come out. We've obviously seen Cardano being looked at and tapped in big ways by governments throughout the world. And the thing is this is starting to snowball. It's happening faster. It's getting bigger. If you guys haven't noticed, right? Charles Hoskinson, SpaceX, NDA, right? We don't know what that is yet, but there are big things happening behind the scenes. And what's interesting about this is people seem to be forgetting these things. And what that means is that when this news drops, things can move very, very quickly. Now, not only that, but when we compare ADA right now to this point last market cycle, or ADA even to this price point last market cycle, right around March or so, before we made our big surge to the upside, less available supply on exchanges, longer term mentality. We've added about a million new holders since last market cycle. These are all strong signs that are working in ADA's favor. In fact, none of these are red flags. What this means is right now, ADA compared to last market cycle is incredibly undervalued. All right. Now, obviously, this isn't financial advice. This isn't a guarantee or anything like that. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But what's interesting is that at any moment, you could have big news dropped. At any moment, you could see these US-based cryptos surge again to the upside. At any point, you could see institutional money tap into ADA in a big way, maybe potentially launch an ADA spot ETF. Now, obviously, I'm just, extrapolating here and kind of really want to hit home on the big things that could potentially be coming sometime in the near term. And I really am curious about what people's argument is going to be once ADA does set a new all-time high in the not so distant future. What is their argument going to be at that point? They won't have one, right? So ADA right now under an all-time high, it's a big opportunity. Some other assets have surged and done well, but guess what? People in the space, they pay attention to that. They matriculate capital. They move around. A lot of people don't stay in the same place as once. Yes, obviously in ADA, we have this cult-like mentality across most of the holders. We have this ecosystem that's being built. But then if you have other people piling on top of that, on top of the already limited supply, on top of this already convicted holder base, what does that do to price? it moves it to the upside, right? Not to mention the fact that ADA tends to perform its best when retail is excited and new adoption is taking place. We obviously saw that back here. We saw that last market cycle. So right now, everything is actually working in ADA's favor. It's in a better spot than it was this time last market cycle. Hopefully people are catching on to this, because I don't want people to be surprised when the boom does in fact happen. This wasn't even the boom, guys. This is the tease. This is the kind of warning for the excitement that is about to ensue. This alt season, this up only season hasn't even really kicked off in a big way yet. And I think ADA is going to be one that really does surprise a lot of people in this market cycle in general. So I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.